Hi, I'm Sharon Bell with Southern Maryland Focus, and with me today is Deb Ray, and we are going to discuss the public safety within our school systems. Hi, how are you today?
Fine. Thank you, Sharon, for having me here today. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being able to come down to the studio on such a short notice. Definitely Bill 760. A lot of people are interested in Bill 760, so can you kind of explain what this bill is? And
Sure. So, House Bill 760, which is handguns for school employees, handgun permits, and carrying weapons on school property. It's enabling legislation to allow the school boards to determine if they want more of their employees to be able to carry firearms on school property.
Okay, so now would this be for teachers or everyone within the school system?
It would be any school employee, yes.
Okay.
So it could be teachers, it could be cafeteria workers, janitors, school safety officers. Right now, some of the schools have SROs.
SROs,
Yeah, what does that stand for?
safety regulations.
School resource
officers. Yes, school resource officers.
Right.
We know what that is. Yeah.
So SRO is a school resource officer, but not every school has them.
Really?
In fact, Fairlead Academy 1 does not have their own dedicated resource officer. It is shared. That individual is shared between Great Mills and Fairlead Academy 1.
Okay.
So you don't always have an individual on property with a firearm in case of an active shooter response is needed. This is something that I do know that the superintendent and the school board is looking at to determine how to better improve the security at the schools, the cost of a resource officer, and what they can do to improve the schools beyond where they are today.
So right now are the schools, as far as you know, for Bill 760?
No.
No?
I get varying feedback. So
Okay.
I believe I heard the sheriff was, but he hasn't told me that specifically. Some of the school board members are unsure about it.
Well, I think a lot of people are very unsure about it. What I have heard is, do we really trust the school? Are they really qualified to carry a handgun with students?
Sure. So first of all, to be able to carry a firearm in Maryland, you have to have 20 hours of training, so minimum. So it's 20 hours just to get your handgun qualification license in order to buy a handgun. And then to carry it, you have to have another 16 hours of training. Now, there's nothing in the bill that would say to the school board that no more training is needed. The school board could absolutely say, we want additional training for those that are going to carry. And
Or maybe should we make it a requirement that they should have additional training? Such as, because teachers are under a lot of pressure, particularly from kids. There are going to be those that are going to think, why? Why is that necessary?
well, having a firearm on campus to be able to stop an active shooter or at least contain them until police arrive to stop it is really what we're going for. It becomes a deterrent. If you have a resource officer, if they have a firearm, that's wonderful, but it's not enough a deterrent. As we saw in Florida, the one resource officer was outside when the shooting was happening inside.
And he was the only one with a gun?
Right. So the one resource officer can't be everywhere at one time. And you know the size of our high schools. I mean, you look at Leonardtown alone, they have outbuildings. And then that whole campus in Leonardtown where you've got the tech center and the middle school. A lot of different things could happen in there. And if you have one resource officer that would have to cover all three, there's no way we could expect that one resource officer to be exactly in the place where an active shooter may enter the campus.
Right. So are you also looking, besides being able to carry handguns, also possibly maybe adding more resource officers? Do you think that would help as well?
I do, but that is something that the school system and the school board has to look at. The great thing is that our school system has done an evaluation on all our schools to look to see what else they can do to take it from a from a soft target to a
Right.
hardened target.
Right.
So they've installed locks on all the doors, so you can lock your classroom from the inside in case of a incident where you need to keep somebody out. I know that they are looking at other options as well, and that's what Wednesday's night's meeting is going to be about, to where they can tell everybody, hey, this is the training we've done with our teachers. This is the training that we've done with the sheriff's office. And to go beyond this, this is what we're looking at, and then here's what the cost is going to be. And then have a community discussion about this so people know, hey, security does cost. What are we willing to pay to keep our kids safe?
Right, right. And this is definitely one of the options that could help the students, or
Right.
and help keep the school safe.
Right, and it's just one option. And I'd like to see the law passed so that they have that option. And again, it comes to the deterrent. I never want to see a resource officer, a teacher, anybody have to use their firearm on a school campus in order to defend my children. But I
Exactly.
want to know that they are there ready to defend my children if that is what it comes to.
That makes total sense. So join us this Wednesday at 7 o'clock at Leonardtown High School for a school safety meeting. Deb Ray will be there, the school board, the sheriff's department, and hopefully our county commissioners as well. Hope to see you there. Thanks for joining.